Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Billy Cat, and we are still playing No Rest for the Wicked. This is probably going to be a bit of a different episode and quite a bit more edited than previous ones. And I say that just because in the last episode, we actually got to the end of the storyline as it stands now, because this is still in early access. So I think we've basically reached the end of where you can get to within early access. Now, I did start trying out this Cerim Crucible last episode, but well, I wasn't very good. I've never really been particularly very good at this game. I've been enjoying it a lot though, and so I'm kind of sad we're at the end of the early access stuff already. But that's it. That is what it is. So I think for this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try some more Crucible stuff. I'll also maybe probably just kind of run around. I think I'm just looking at the area status in all these separate sections of the game, and they all say moderate. So I'm assuming they still kind of, they've leveled along with me as has been the case in the past. I'm kind of curious as to whether they're the same level as what's in the Crucible or not, because I think that stuff's level 21 from what I remember. Yeah, required level 21. This is some of the stuff I got from in there. And I am level 20 now. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll try some of the Crucible stuff and I'll run around and kind of farm and get some experience. If I come across anything interesting, I'll kind of edit to that and show you guys that. But otherwise, other than those little bits, and if I make any progress in the Crucible and find anything worth showing, I'll probably I'll show some of that stuff and then give some of my thoughts on where the game's at, what I'm feeling about it, what I think about it, and yeah, what else I'm excited for. So, yeah, that's what today's episode will be, and I'll see you a bit later. Okay, so I came back to this old area where we first met Derek, just kind of exploring. I always wondered if something else would turn up here, and it looks like something has. So let's see how this goes. Good thing I activated the whisper just before here, so if I do die, at least it won't be a super far run or anything. Oh, looks like I managed to basically perma-stun him, so that was not bad at all. Oh, nice! And another icon. Human hand, human grimacing stone. I don't think I can use that because that's like faith-based or something. Yeah, faith-based, so I'm not using that. Still haven't upgraded this scimitar at all. To upgrade these chip daggers, I know you need a bear paw, and I have no idea where you get that. I'm guessing maybe it's just part of when we get access to the rest of the game, but anyway, yeah, I just thought you might want to see that, an extra little boss that I found, but I'm going to keep exploring and trying to find things and level up before I jump back into the Crucible. So, yeah, we'll see you then. And we're back. Okay, so I spent some time just kind of farming, getting some resources, experience, items, all that kind of stuff. So I now am level 21, and I've got this new scimitar. It is a dex weapon. It is heavier though by quite a bit as compared to the chip dagger. So I did try to reduce that weight by infusing the little feather with it. It's still too heavy though for me to use and be fast, so I just have to unequip my gloves. So I'm kind of playing around with this. It is pretty fun to play with this scimitar. It does, a fair bit more damage. So these are 14, these are 21, and I added fire damage to this, extra 11%, which these are only a 9% electric damage. So yeah, slightly different play styles, but I'm still going with the fast weight class. So I'm just gonna play around with that. So I've got some building projects going on in the town. There's not much more really I can do outside of this. There are bounties and things that I can do, so I did a couple of those, but that's kind of about it. And everything out in the normal world map, I think, is all the same level as what's down here. So I do think the enemies down here hit harder, so you need to be a bit more careful. And obviously, it seems like it's just several rooms, one after another. I don't know if it's a continuous stream of rooms until you die, or if there is an endpoint for each of these things. I have to imagine that there's an endpoint, but yeah, as I said earlier, what I'm going to do is just try and get through these, and I will cut back to if I'm able to make some good progress, especially if it looks like I'm coming to the end. So if that happens, I will see you there. If not, I'll see you after I've failed, and we will kind of discuss my feelings on the game. But yeah, see you later. All right, welcome back, everybody. So I've been playing the Cerim Crucible for quite a bit. This is actually only my second attempt on this first one. I died kind of 5 or 6 levels, rooms in on the first attempt. I have had some good upgrades as a result. So I got this body armor that is much more powerful because it's, I did decrease its weight and added some gems to it. But because it's so heavy, I had to be basically just using that and my cloth pants for a while. But I've leveled up twice now, and I've just put into my equipment load because for now I feel like my dex and stuff is high enough. My stamina, I feel like I've got enough, and health enough, focus, all of that is enough for now. Seems to be working just fine. So I really wanted to up my equipment load so I can start equipping more items and keep my fast weight class, and that's been working well. So now I also have this apprentice's hat, which looks pretty dope. It's the same as Roan, I think is the name of the guy, and he has this hat with all the candles on it. Also found this really cool looking vagabond cap, I think it's called vagabond skull cap, yeah, which looks really cool, but it's a bit too heavy to keep my weight class, so I'm going to keep that equipped. I still need a bit more equipment load in order to be wearing my gloves, but that should come pretty soon. But yeah, we're looking good, and I think this is a boss level and the end of the first Cerim Crucible kind of level. So we'll see how this goes, and if I manage to get through it this time, that'd be great. But either way, I'm gonna keep trying, and well, in fact, I'm not gonna keep trying too long, but I'll try once or twice, and if I manage to beat it, I'll cut to when I'm either about to win or when I've just won. So hopefully, I will see you there. Okay, so I lied. This doesn't actually look like a boss room. I'm just fighting this guy who's trapped in a cage, and there's other little guys who keep spawning, I guess. Okay, so I'm fighting another one of these stabby guys, and they're really annoying to fight, I find. They don't have that much health, it's just they do a lot of damage and they have very far reach, so I've just kind of got to be careful. Oh, case in point. Luckily, I've been picking up quite a lot of recipes. Wow, I nearly jumped off the edge there. That was terrifying. Been picking up quite a lot of recipes, so that's been helping to keep me alive, which is good. It looks like he is waiting there for me. Try to bait him. And now I've stunned him. Nice. Alright, wow. What is that armor? It's not actually as good as mine, and it's heavier, so interesting. Looks like I'll just be selling that one. Okay, on to the next level. Alright, so now it looks like we are actually onto a boss level. Hopefully this is the final one. I've got my attack buff on, got my meals equipped. I might need, actually I'm going to swap to, where was I think the shepherd's pie. Let's see how much that heals. Shepherd's pie, 80 health, yeah. A bit better than my, the steak, whatever it is, but okay, Echo Knight. This is who I'm supposed to be fighting. I don't think I can do this. Wow. I didn't even have time to heal there, and it was a one hit. Okay, well, at least you all got to see that, so now you know what I have to face, and I'm not going to do that again on camera because I literally have no idea how I'd be able to do that. That would take far too many tries, and it is kind of frustrating. I've read about this online as well, that there's literally no spawn points. You have to go through all 7 rooms, I think it is, in order just to get to the boss room, and if you ever die, you have to repeat it again. So it seems a little bit silly at the moment, I think, but I'm not super good at this game, so maybe That's just how I'm feeling. But I've kind of read online about others feeling the same. But yeah, I think that's kind of going to be it for now. There's nothing much more to do other than go through. Well, I'd have to finish this one and beat the boss, and then I assume it kind of carries on with each of these, and maybe even gets harder and harder, which kind of seems crazy to me. But how far up does it go? Up to here. So yeah, that's 5 different kind of levels, or 5 different Crucible challenges, each with 7 rooms. That's 35 rooms and all 5 bosses. So yeah, that would just be way too much to do. For those who've played Hollow Knight, this kind of feels similar to the Pantheon. It's just an absolute torture to get through, and if ever you die, you just lose all your progress. So that's what that is. So yeah, I think that's it. Um, what to say? I've really been getting into this game, and I'm still not very good at it, but I've really started to enjoy it as I've started to figure out, what kind of armor to equip, how to make the best use of it, maintain my weight class, and try different weapons. I still have not tried a proper heavy build with strength items or faith items or intelligence items. I'm definitely going to play this game again a couple times on my own, off screen, and try different builds. And it may even be the case that I find one that I just like a lot better than the Dex build. I don't think I'm going to enjoy a build that is slower than the fast weight class. So, it's possible I find a strength build or a faith-based build that's still fast, and maybe that would be better than this. Just one that I like more. Anyway, I think what I'm really trying to say is we still have to wait. I'm not sure how long, I haven't looked it up, but we still have to wait for the rest of the content after this game comes out of early access, because as I see it now, there's no way to continue with the storyline. I think that's something we just have to wait for. And so this is going to be my last episode of this for now. I will definitely pick up this series again when the rest of the content comes out, and depending on the rest of my playthroughs that I do off screen, that we might end up with a different build when you see me next, when we jump into the rest of the content. It might still be this Dex build, and I will see how I feel about continuing with the build that we've actually been showing on screen. But yeah, I just think what would be better for at least you watching is to see me in a build that I'm really comfortable with and that I'm not constantly dying on. And yeah, I'm sorry you didn't get to see me beating the boss at the end of the Crucible challenge, but as you saw, I took 1 hit, tried to heal, didn't have any time to even get that heal off, and then got 1 hit. So that just seems crazy to me. I don't know if I just have to level up a bunch more times and make sure I have like all the best armor equipped and everything to even do that, but then it just doesn't make sense how I'd even do the Crucible challenges after that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to do this bunch off screen, and yeah, I'm going to see how it is for myself. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the game. As I said, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting into it. I'm a little bit disappointed that we've already hit the end of the early access content, but that's kind of what you have to expect when you jump into a game in early access. So far, it's excellent. Even though I've complained a bit here and there, that's mainly due to me being pretty bad. But there are some other things as well. Like I complained about not being able to use the resources that are in your chests while you're at the vendors, and they changed that in one of the updates, so that's fantastic. I did also complain about not being able to, you can't see things at the bottom of your screen and they kind of jump in. That still is kind of an issue for me, but that's just because I'm not very good at anticipating or dodging in time. Yeah, that's just kind of a personal complaint. That's not something that should be changed necessarily, or I'd even advocate to be changed. It's literally just my subjective view on it. And I hope you realize that all the things that I have kind of brought up as gripes as I've been playing this game are primarily down to the fact that I wasn't very good, and I don't tend to like games that I'm not very good at. But I really wanted to stick with this one because it is Moon Studios and I admire them a lot. And honestly, through this experience, I've just come to admire them even more. Once again, it's just an incredible art style that they've gone for and really executed it well. This almost kind of, I don't really know what to call it because art is not my forte. I have training in game design, but not in game art. But I guess I'd call it kind of cel shaded, almost painted look, which is just really, really cool. Very atmospheric. The sound design is incredible. The enemy and boss design and character design, some of the armor sets, all that kind of thing. There's just so much going on in the game that looks fantastic, feels fantastic, and adds to the whole atmosphere of the experience. It's just a really brilliant game, and depending on when the rest of the content comes, this could definitely be up for my game of the year. Ori Will of the Wisps back in 2020 was my game of the year, even over something like Ghost of Tsushima and others that released, excellent games that released that year. There's something that Moon does right for me. They have these tight, compact games that are just brilliantly done. But having said that, I've spent a good number of time in this game, a lot of it off screen, just farming and trying to get decently good so that I'm not terrible on screen. But honestly, I would love to keep playing more. I think a lot of people, including myself, have kind of gotten a bit tired of the 50, 60, 70, even up to 100-hour plus games that take that long just to complete. I'm not talking about games that really love and just spend many, many, many hours, and I'm talking about games that require you to play that amount of time just to complete. But now, every now and again, like for me, the God of War games, they are 20, 30, 40-hour games, maybe, depending on how much you do. And I was not bored for a single second through those. And this is the same. I could easily play 60 hours of this. Like, just give me more, give me more of the story. I'm really intrigued. I really love the leveling up system. And just all of it is really, it's really catering to, or scratching an itch that I haven't scratched in a while. So I would play a lot more of this game. And I'm excited to when the rest of the content comes out. The difficulty certainly seems to have taken a few of us by surprise, even though they did advertise the game as a Souls-like kind of game. I think because it's also listed as an ARPG and it's got this isometric view, I don't know if that tricks our brains into thinking it's going to be a bit easier than it is. Certainly I was taken aback by the difficulty. But also, again, as I've said numerous times, I'm not very good at these high difficulty games, so maybe that was just me. But I think there have been others who kind of have been surprised by that. But all that to say, don't let that put you off. If you're watching this and you haven't picked this game up yet, do it. I mean, you might want to wait for the rest of the content to be out, I get that, but honestly, jump on this game as soon as you can. Jump on any of Moon's games as soon as you can, because they're really fantastic designers across the board, from art to sound to level design to system and feature design. Just all of it is fantastic. And I love the varied features in this game. You have fantastic, albeit difficult, combat. You have great kind of enchanting and fusing and upgrade mechanics for your weapons and armor. You have different armor sets and builds, different leveling, attributes for your character. You have a house that you can buy and build. I have not really even dived into that, kind of buying different things for the house. What else? You have cooking and recipes. There's just a whole lot going on, but that seems to blend quite seamlessly. It isn't often the case that a game has this many features and feels as good. It often tends to feel bloated, in my opinion, if they kind of go for too much. But once again, maybe I'm just fanboying too much, but Moon really has knocked it out of the park, and I'm so excited for the rest of the game. I really hope you've enjoyed watching so far. I will definitely come back to the series when the rest of the game comes out, or as soon as some new content drops, whatever it is. If there's any part of the game that drops that's allows us to continue the storyline, I'm going to be here. But for now, this is going to be it. If you've liked this video and if you've liked the series so far, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm just getting started with YouTube and I'm really enjoying it and enjoying playing, and hope you all are enjoying watching. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment. Definitely give me suggestions of games you'd be interested to see, ideas for this game, what you think of different builds, whatever you want to say. If you just want to say hi, I'd love to say hi back. But thank you for joining me, and we will definitely see you, however long it takes and whatever that is. See you in the next episode.